The banking crisis dominoes are falling faster and faster, and there's no end in sight. The events of the past few days suggest that at the current velocity and momentum of the banking collapse, we could be days away from a systemic event. Let's talk about this. With just hours after First Republic was dissected, two more major banks are now in serious trouble, leading to fears around contagion in the regional banking sector. Today, the fears pushed prices significantly lower, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling over 300 points to end at 33,684. The S&P 500 slid 1.16%, closing at about 4,100 or so, and the NASDAQ Composite dropping 1%, ending the session at around 12,000. Many regional banks, including PacWest and Western Alliance, were hit really hard, with the former shares dropping nearly 28% and the latters dropping 15%. These institutions, along with First Republic, also experienced tremendous deposit outflows as a result of bank runs that happened during the first quarter. PacWest, based in Beverly Hills, California, lost 17% of its deposits. Phoenix-based Western Alliance lost 11%, while First Republic lost 41%. Both institutions are now highly vulnerable, and some experts warn that those that have made massive amounts of money from the recent bank failures are searching for the next victim. But these two banks are not the only potential targets. In fact, one news source claims that half of American banks are potentially insolvent at this current point. This puts us at the early stages of the next major financial crisis. And it's possible that even some of the largest financial institutions are starting to show signs of trouble. For example, Morgan Stanley is planning to eliminate approximately 3,000 jobs amid a renewed focus on expenses as recession fears delay rebound in deal making. The health of the banking industry is of great concern for all of us, as the banks are the core of our economic system. Right now, banks are starting to get real tight with their lending, which means that less money is available for consumers and businesses. The Washington Post is even reporting that on how tight lending standards have become, with many small business owners struggling to get loans that they need to survive. Global lending standards haven't been this tight since the collapse of Lehman Brothers, which means that when banks get in trouble, they don't have an appetite for taking risk. This will greatly depress economic activity, and it would be insane to raise interest rates in such an environment. Like I've said many times before, this current contagion is no accident. In my opinion, the deliberate choking off the global economy plays well with the planned restructuring of the global monetary system down to the exact month, with the Fed now launching in about 90 days. When the world is drowning in debt and there's no way of avoiding a financial crisis, there's only a few ways out of this mess, and none of it ends well. We have a debt bomb that goes off either by a sovereign debt default in June, if for some reason Congress decides to stall. We got non-performing liabilities within the banking sector continue to cause distress in the credit markets, or a black swan event comes out of left field and catches us all by surprise. No matter what, the odds of us making it out of this year without something bringing this house of cards down is 100% in my opinion, and something has to give. Unfortunately, it looks like it's about to be the banks. So what does this mean for the future? It's clear that more dominoes will fall, and the crisis we have entered will get a whole lot worse. Let's keep a close eye on PacWest and Western Alliance, but they won't be the only institutions that struggle for survival in the days ahead. There is clearly, as they say, blood in the streets, and the sharks are definitely circling. The question is, are we ready for what's coming next? As much as I talk about the current events, I can admit I'm nowhere as prepared as I would like to be, because there's no way of ever fully preparing for something that the world has never seen before. What we're experiencing now, this may not be a typical stock market crash or a currency reset. What do you think will happen if people nationwide all of a sudden are locked out of their bank accounts, or even worse, there's nothing in there? That's the type of chaos we may see a lot sooner than we all thought. Anyway, just thought I would take a minute, share some thoughts real quick. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you found any value out of this quick take, definitely hit that thumbs up button, show your love for the channel, and share this so more people can find out what's going on outside of mainstream news, which we know at this point, you can't trust none of these experts. Anyway, catch you on the next one.